Oh, this is a good one. Val H asks, what do your friends and family think of you doing mukbangs? And that she loves me. Love you too. Um, they, it's one of them things, like initially with me starting YouTube just in general a few years back, they kind of like side-eyed it, like, just, I don't know, like they just weren't really into it. And I would try to like justify it to them, like, no, it's really cool. And there are people that are making careers out of this. They're living off of this. Like, trying to like explain to them all the benefits that could potentially come from being a YouTuber. And they just were kind of like, oh, whatever. And then kind of when I stumbled upon doing mukbangs, I had to, of course, explain to them the reasons that people watch them and really defending it. Like, if I'm honest with you, like in the beginning, I would laugh with them, like, yeah, no, it's crazy, right? But now it's like when people, they comment and they chime in on their reasoning for watching it. And like I said, the fact that I found myself actually watching them, it's kind of like I defend it. So people are like, that's fucking weird, or, you know, that's strange, that's odd, that's creepy. Like, I defend the mukbang community, like, as a whole. And I try to explain to them how it works. And some of them, actually, like, I think there's probably only maybe 2 or 3 that kind of accept it. I only have one person that actually watches them. One. And the other ones are like, you know, I might check it out, but I don't watch it. I don't get the appeal. My little sister Maya, she's been helping me with a lot of it, as far as like ideas and stuff. And she doesn't watch them, so I don't know. People just think it's odd. I do think though, like, people are gonna change their tune if I do become way more popular. And I am, you know, kind of living off of it, making a career out of it, just getting all these benefits from it. Or, you know, like, sometimes if you're a big enough YouTuber, you become like a celebrity. And so it's like you can go out to eat or you can go out to the mall and you have people that recognize you, that will come up to you and, you know, say hello to you and tell them how much, you know, they love watching your videos or they admire you. And so I feel like maybe if it gets to that point where I have enough exposure, I feel like they're probably gonna like be dick riding, honestly. Like I wouldn't put it past them at all. Okay, I need to keep eating. I'm still hungry, but I'm like doing more talking than eating. There's something with mukbangs too. It's like, it's hard I think I do better when I just come on here and just kind of talk. Like, just whatever comes out, whatever flows, whatever pops into my head. I feel like I do better with that than doing the story times or even this Q&A, because I feel like I'm doing a lot of talking and then I'm not eating. So you guys have to let me know kind of what your thoughts are on this video, besides the chaos of the struggle. That's the thing too, like, I really want to start putting out more videos for you guys. I mean, yes, I'm super busy. So right now, this is kind of a hobby, even though I really want to put a lot more energy into it, a lot more time, and like really just like nourish this whole idea and concept and see where it takes me. And I think a lot of me and my problem just in life in general is I tend to overthink things. And I overthink them so much so that it hinders me. So like when I want to film, like honestly, obviously I eat within the times that you guys are seeing me. Like I don't just eat once a month. So it's like there's really nothing like holding me back from sitting down to eat dinner one night and just turning the camera on. But because I just want everything to look so nice and be so perfect, and I'm going to make a whole production out of it, And then I just don't end up filming because it just becomes a lot more than what it has to be. So I think I just overthink them, and then I just become stagnant. Like I just don't end up doing anything. Like these two big boys left. AJC, I see you in my videos all the time. I'm not sure if you're a boy or a girl, but I see you around. Thanks for being a True Blue supporter. So he's got a few questions here. He asked about my opinion on long distance relationship. And that one honestly could be an entire video topic on its own. So I'm gonna actually maybe save that for like a future video, maybe my next video, and kind of talk about that because I have a lot to say about it. He says, any interesting college stories? Like, were you in a sorority, a party animal, or a bookworm? And I didn't go to college, which is something that I kind of regret. Not that it's too late. It's never too late to go to college, but I regret that I missed that young, appropriate age of going to college. So I really wanted to go to an HBCU. When I was younger, I had every intentions on going to Howard. And, you know, my mom, we didn't really have a lot of money, so we couldn't afford it. Granted, that's not like a true excuse. Like, I could have really fought hard for scholarships. I could have done 2 years at a community college and then transferred. But at any rate, I didn't go. But that was my dream. My ideal dream was to go to Howard. I did want to go in a sorority. I wanted to pledge AKA, which I don't know if that surprises a lot of you if you know AKAs, and I kind of feel like I fit into that. But I wanted to pledge AKA. And as far as if I'm a bookworm or a party girl, I've never been a party girl. That's not to say that I don't enjoy like going out and dancing and having drinks and taking shots, but it's just like special occasions for me. Like, I was never that girl that lived for the weekend so that I could hit up the club. Like, I'm not a big fan of crowds. I don't really like crowds. So like Mardi Gras is something that I probably would never attend because there's just too many people and they're all partying and it's loud and it's crazy and people are drunk. Even just parades, like a St. Patrick's Day parade or something, I won't go to them because I don't like being in like big crowds like that. They freak me out. So I was never really a huge party girl. Like, on my birthday, obviously I plan on going to the club and turning up. But even like since I've gotten older and I have, you know, a little bit of money to play around with, I have to do VIP. Like, I don't like going to the club unless there's a VIP that me and my friends are in, because I need that safe haven from the mosh pit of people that are dancing and are high and that are bumping into you and stepping on your toes. So I like to just be in my little mini bubble, still in the club, still turning up. So it's not even for like a show off factor. It's because I just need a safe place in the club. So I'll be clubbing for my 30th, but I'll also be like in VIP. But I am kind of a bookworm though. I did definitely kind of stay on my studies. So, yeah, I wouldn't say like I was a nerd and kind of boring, though. This ginger is like too big. I don't want to put like a huge piece in my mouth. Woo! AJ also says, A funny question. Have any tips on getting over public restroom phobia? I hate going. You're eating, so I'm so sorry. If it's a serious question, the only tip I mean, if you're a guy, I feel like your urinals kind of give you a little bit of a privacy space, right? Or go into a stall. You know, I've always thought that. Like, I always felt like if a guy goes to the bathroom, like in the men's room, and goes to a stall instead of the urinal, it kind of gives it away that you're maybe going number two. I mean, you could be shy and don't want to go in front of others, but I've kind of always thought about that. As far as a woman, I mean, you have your own little stall, so you shouldn't really be too kind of fearful of anything. I'm a squatter. It amazes me how many people go in the bathroom and then sit on it. I think that's disgusting. But, I mean, I squat. Now, as far as number two, I don't know if you guys have heard of that new, like, poopery spray. I actually have some, and it works. It's actually kind of cool. So it's like that spray that you, like, spray it in the toilet bowl before you go poo, and it, like, creates, like, this kind of a film barrier so that when you poo, it, like, closes up. Obviously, the water barrier closes right back up, and it traps in the scent of the poo. I hope that's not too much TMI because we are eating, but get you some poopery, people. If you're nervous and paranoid that, you know, you don't want to do that because whatever reason, get you some of that spray. It's actually kind of pricey. It costs a lot more than I expected it to. They have it on Groupon, though, if you guys do Groupon. Oh! Woo! I dropped it. Damn it. I was trying not to put this whole thing in my mouth again. You guys, don't judge me, because I'm going to eat that shrimp that fell on the ground. I mean, ew! Okay, no, I'm not. We're not. Damn it. My floor is dirty. I was going to say, it's my house and it's my floor and it's clean. It's not clean. It's got, like, fuzz and hair on it. I didn't show you guys. It looks disgusting. Oh, I'm dropping it. Damn it. Okay, look. Do you see that's got like a hair and a fuzz on it? That's disgusting. Damn it. Wasted my damn shrimp trying to be cute. Lesson learned. That really makes me sad. You guys like my shirt? I got it on Amazon. It's a little big, but I kind of like it. It's like sheer and flowy. Here's a question. Barb Lycos says, do you believe in aliens, ghosts, Bigfoot? That's a good question. I think maybe I'll save that question for like its own separate video too. I don't know that I believe in aliens or Bigfoot, but I do believe in ghosts. And some people once suggested in some previous comments that I do like ghost stories. And I think that's a good idea. So I got some stories that makes me personally believe in ghosts. So I'll share them with you guys in a different video though. But to answer your question, yes, I do believe in ghosts. This is so slippery because of the guacamole. I keep picking this beer up. I love this one. From Yvonne K. She says, oh wow, it's longer than I thought. That's what she said. Okay, she says, can you please make a savings adult video? I'm 21 and I'm learning to be more responsible now. Can you please make a seafood recipe video? What you ate in the first mukbang. How do you treat yourself when it comes to typical feminine stuff? Have you ever been proposed to? How long was your longest relationship and how old were you? Oh wow, honey, you got lots of questions and I love every one of them. What was the most embarrassing thing you ever experienced and the most beautiful, memorable experience? Those are great questions. And I feel like I can maybe answer the finance one and like the woman feminine type one. Maybe I'll do that for like my 30th video. Just to like, not that I want to target women specifically, but you know, because I'm actually really good with my finances. I'm really good with my finances. Like, I've always been a hustler since I was young. I'm talking, I was that kid that I freaking sold candy in school. I used to charge Maya to play with me. Like, I'll let her tell that story because she's gonna like get in her feelings about it. Basically, we had like bunk beds. So Maya and I were like 6 years apart. But we had bunk beds, and it's not that I didn't want to play with her, but for some reason, I would charge her admission to come up to the top bunk, and it was like a quarter, like something small. But I would charge her, like Mo, can I come play with you? And I'm like, you got your quarter? I was so horrible. I was definitely a saver as well. So I have an older sister, Tiffany, and she and I are like, Tiffany is so bad with money. She's horrible with money. And she always has been since we were children. And I always tell people like an example. Like say my mom had like a little male friend and he came over and gave us each $5 trying to give some bonus points. I was the type that I would go and I would take my $5 and I would put it in my panty drawer. Like just save my $5. Tiffany asked to be halfway across the street to the candy lady house, and she would buy honey buns and watermelon bubblicious and Reese's peanut butter cups. Like her $5 would be gone. Like she could not hold on to money. She just couldn't do it. So I would love to do a finance video to kind of like help out, younger people on what it takes and different strategies and techniques to save your money, because saving is really important, you guys. Like, it like frustrates me when I see people who aren't good with their finances. Like there's nothing worse than people that need a loan, or especially when you are a grown ass person, like get your shit together. That shit irritates the fuck out of me. This thing is so slippery. There was one of them that I wanted to answer right away, because I actually just told this story to Maya. The most embarrassing thing I've ever experienced. And I don't know if it's the most, but the one that I always think of when I'm asked that question. You guys are going to laugh. So I want to say in the second grade, maybe. And I remember we had a concert, like at school. So, everybody goes to the auditorium, and there was like an orchestra or a concert band that was performing for us. And so, they perform a piece and, you clap. And as the clapping wind down, in my head, I thought, like you kind of hear like it's winding down. So you hear kind of the scattered claps. And then it just hit me in my head and I said, I wonder who is the last person to clap, and then I was like, I wonder who's the first person to clap. And so I thought to myself, at the end of the next piece, I'm going to be the first one to clap. and so basically, and it's even funnier to me now that I actually play an instrument. And so like when you're reading music and you have like those, moments of silence, like those pauses in your music, they're called rests. So the rests in music, And so they're playing, and then there's like a rest. And I feel like the rest was maybe 4 seconds long. Long enough to where I thought, oh, they're done playing. And so I immediately was like, and so I started clapping like super loud because I wanted to be the first one to clap. And while I'm in my loud applause, they pick up on the same song. Like they weren't done with the song. And I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed because then at that point, everybody looks at you like, why are you clapping all loud and shit and they're not done with the song? It was so embarrassing. Man, little kids. I mean, I didn't get in trouble for it or anything. I mean, if anything, the teachers probably felt like my embarrassment level was punishment enough. Kids are funny. Like just the things that go through their minds. I don't know why that was important to me to be the first one to clap. Um, Here's one. Lacris006 says, who inspired you to do mukbang videos? So I wish I knew her name, and I'm sure if I Googled it, I could find it. So I mentioned in my very first video, the seafood video, I just came across this article where there was a woman in Korea that was doing mukbangs, but she was doing it like on a sex channel, like a sex site. What do you call them? Like you guys know what I'm talking about. And she was doing, it was a true mukbang. She wasn't naked. She wasn't, boobs hanging out. Like she was just this Asian chick that would eat. And it's like a live sex site. So, she was actually doing kind of a step more than what we're doing because it was live. She was able to actually interact with the people while she ate her meal. And the article was basically saying, how she made like thousands of dollars a month doing that. So I feel like she would be like my number one answer to say inspired me. I guess I wouldn't even say she inspired me, but she's the first person that I had heard of doing it, and she's the one who first put it in my head to know that it even existed. Excuse me. But I think as far as YouTube community, I think Jasper. I don't know how. I think maybe his seafood video was doing really well, like kind of trending a bit. That it just popped up on my YouTube suggested feed. I clicked on it and I was like, hey, like he's doing that mukbang stuff and he's doing pretty good at it. And then of course I just went to look like who else is doing it, like, and yeah, like. So I don't really know how to like specifically name a person for that. I want to say Jasper was probably the first one I saw do it on Mukbang or on YouTube. I saw Trisha Paytas doing it. And then, like I said, I somehow stumbled across Tien, my lovely Tien. And he, like I said, he was the person that I guess you can say inspired me because I liked how he approached it. Like I said, I loved his attention to detail. I love the aesthetic of his videos that he actually did put in effort to make them aesthetically pleasing. I love the fact that he didn't eat very sloppy and noisily. And I know that some people like that. Obviously, a lot of those people are killing the game right now that really go all in with those extreme eating noises. But I don't know, like it appealed to me more when I saw Tien doing it. And I thought to myself, I could be the female version of him. Like he's doing all right. I could do that and it would be a female version. Like I wanted to be an African American woman that did it and did it well. So I don't know if that actually answers the question or not, but that's what I have to say about that. You guys, where is that from? Forrest Gump. That's all I've got to say about that. So I'm done with that. But don't leave because I've got cake. And I've been taking my vitamins. Bam. I had it ready. So I made this cake. It was supposed to be for my friend Cortez, and I didn't make it in time for him to have a slice, but it's a lemon cake with cream cheese icing. It's my favorite. Somebody says, have you ever thought of doing more videos about challenges or something? And this is from Living It with the A Sisters. Yes, I do. If you can't see it because that raw bag is blocking it. Actually, on the other side of that bag on the counter, I have a package of the spicy noodles. So I plan on doing spicy noodle challenge. I also have a bag of hot chips, like Cheeto hot chips and Takis, because I was going to do that challenge as well. Coco Mix-Up says, do you normally cook or order your food? Do you prefer a home-cooked meal or takeout? And she says, I love you. That's a good question too. I know I've said that after every question, but most of the ones I'm going through, I really think they're good questions. That is so good. So I alternate. I would say I probably prefer a home cooked meal over takeout, but I don't mind cooking so much as I mind cleaning up. I hate like washing dishes and cleaning off the counters and putting the food away. That's a part of home cooked meals I don't really care for. So I go through waves. I will do home cooked meal for like a week and a half, and then I'm just kind of like over that. Like I said, I'm sick of washing dishes and I'm just over it. And then I'll do takeout for like a week. And yeah, that's expensive, but I mean, honestly, I also feel like the grocery store is expensive in itself. Yes, it is cheaper than eating out, but if I go and get all the ingredients to make tacos, like I'm still going to end up spending like $20. So it's expensive. Like, yes, I'll have leftovers and it's more than just one meal, but yeah, so it just goes up and down. I do takeout for a week and a half, and then I cook at home for a week and a half. Then I do takeout, and you get it. And then the last question that I probably will get to is, I had several people ask this question, asked how my abuela is doing, my grandmother, and she's doing okay. I mentioned in my seafood video that she's got Alzheimer's and what do they call that? Like a degenerate disease. So basically, there's no overcoming it. There's no getting better. It only gets worse over time. So, I mean, she's fine. She's been in good spirits lately and stuff. But it's just kind of awkward when people, especially people that like know me personally, like, how's your grandma? And I'm like, well, she's not going to get any better, because the disease is just so hard to deal with. And like I said, she's not going to get better. So every time you ask me how she's doing, it's worse than the last time you asked me. But she's good, though. She hasn't, like, gone into the next stage yet, which is a blessing in itself. I think that's about it. Yeah, she's all right. That's what I wanted to tell you guys, and I almost forgot. That job that I told you I had the interview for, I got it. And I actually start with them tomorrow, so life is going to be even more hectic than it already is. Yeah, but that's exciting. It's a nanny position. I don't know if I mentioned that in the video, like what the job was for. It's a nanny position. And so I got that job, and I actually start tomorrow. So I'm really excited to meet the new baby. I saw pictures of him, and he's so precious. He's so precious. Oh, I can't wait to squeeze him. floor. It's gonna be worse than it was. I just dropped all that cake. It's like so crumbly. I want to try to set up a different part of the house, right on the other side of where the camera is like a desk area. And I feel like that might be a good place to turn into like my mukbang studio space. Initially, I started off right here because it was a good kind of a spot for me to set up, and there's this huge window in front of me, so I was getting, you know, that kind of natural sunlight coming from that direction. And I kind of like the idea of like my kitchen being in the background since it's food and all. But now that I have lights, which I still haven't completely figured out how to maneuver those to get the best results out of them, but I think I might start moving over to that kind of office space, and I think maybe I'll kind of set it up for like doing my videos over there. Because the thing about where I'm at right now, like, it's not like an actual table, so I can't put my knees underneath this counter, which makes me sit further back than I want to, so it's hard for me to like get to my food, and then I'm dropping stuff everywhere and bending over like this when I eat. This nap is about to be good. I didn't share any cake with you guys. I am so sorry. I don't think I shared very much in this meal at all. I feel like it's just gonna fall everywhere though. Here you go. So, what have you guys been up to? How's life on your side of the world? I hope it's good. I understand that it's not always, but I hope it's good for you. If you're eating right now with me, what are you eating? Getting the itis. I guess I could probably answer one more question, so we're not just sitting here in silence. I feel like there was something else I wanted to tell you guys though, outside of me getting that job. I need to start writing this stuff down. Oh, here's a cute one. Oh, that's a good one too. So Caroline asked, how did I become a babysitter and then a nanny? And do I have any advice or tips getting into that occupation? That's a good question. I feel like that might also be its own video question. So that way I can kind of tell you my experiences, tell you some crazy stories that I've had to go through with being a nanny. Excuse me. So I'll probably make that into a whole video. And then the one that I was going to answer above that is from Victoria Went, and she says, what would you name your baby if you plan to have one, and why would you give him or her that name? So I do have my baby's name picked out, my baby girl's name picked out, which I know it's crazy because I don't have any kids, but if I had a little girl, I would name her Jordan Michelle. And I just love the name Jordan on a little girl. It's just, I don't know, I just feel like if your name is Jordan and you're a little girl, like, you are super pretty. But the reason why I like that name is because my grandmother's maiden name is Jordan. And years ago, I remember her saying, like, I can't believe I had 5 boys and I didn't name any of them Jordan. I should have named one of my sons Jordan. And I'm like, oh, it's okay, Abuela. Like, if I have a kid, I'll name it Jordan. Like I said, this woman is my everything, my favorite person in the whole world. And so I would, I wanted to honor her with that. And so I'm like, if I have a kid, I'll name him Jordan. And then I thought, at first I would do that if I had a son. But then I thought, that is such a cute name for a little girl. And my mother's name is Michelle. And so I figured I would honor her as well and give Jordan my mom's middle name, which would be Michelle. So her name would be Jordan Michelle. I don't know. Jordan Michelle, I love that name. But it does make me sad again because I'm like, I'm not going to be able to use it. And for a little boy, I don't have my son's name picked out. I kind of like the whole junior thing. So depending on what his dad's name is and if he wanted that, he would just be a junior. I do like the name Caleb and I like the name Christian. So I'm not like sold on them, but those are kind of the names that I've been kind of leaning towards over the years for a little boy. Caleb more so. Okay, I'm done answering questions. I'm actually going to eat my gummies. This one has the little sprinkles from the sushi when I dropped it earlier. $4 hours until I have to be to work. That means I can take a 2.5 hour nap. But then it says that I wash all this makeup off my face before taking my nap. And obviously I don't go to work with all this makeup on. That's one thing about wearing makeup. I like the way that it makes me look, makes me pretty. But I absolutely hate putting it on. I hate putting makeup on. It's not fun to me. It's time consuming and it's tedious. I'm not that girl that likes to play in makeup. I hate it. But like I said, I like the result that you get from it. And then on the other end of that, I hate washing it off. I hate washing it off. Like, at the end of the day, when I'm like ready to go to sleep, like I just want to go to sleep. Like I don't want to be like, oh, I gotta go wash my face. And I actually have problems with that now. Like I'll just fuck it and go to sleep. And it's not good to fall asleep in your makeup. It's not good for your skin. And it fucks up your pillowcase. Mm-hmm. Oh. All right. I'm stuffed. Thank you guys for joining me. And I wanted to tell you guys, so I'm going to put up another video probably a day or two after this one. And it's going to be ASMR, like a strict ASMR video. If I do any talking at all, it's going to be a whisper, but it's going to be ASMR. I've been getting a lot of people asking about me doing one of those. So I'm going to try it out. So if you see me upload and you get all excited, don't get pissy at me because it's not like a normal Mo video. Just a forewarning. I'm glad you guys hung in there with me. And hello to all my new subscribers. That's what I was going to say before I devoured that cake. I was going to say that I had cake also because probably by the time I post this video, I will have earned 30,000 subscribers. And that is like crazy to me. I'm super excited about that. Before I posted my seafood video, I was at like 2,100. So I've gained all these subscribers through the Mukbang community. So I kind of feel like maybe that's my calling in YouTube. And I'm going to kind of go with that route. It says I'm at 29,913. So I am super close to 30K. And I kind of wanted to have a slice of cake to celebrate that because that's super exciting. And I just want to say thank you guys for liking me and for joining me. And hi to all my new yummies that are out there. Welcome. But okay, I'm done. I'm going to sign off now. All right. See you guys. Bye.